guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go through Marnie's litter again for evals. They're up for their second eval, so we're probably not going to get any weights. We're just going to do a quick eval, and then I'll go in depth for those who need a little bit of extra guidance on what to look for in a commercial breed, as well as the Rex itself. They are a pelt and meat breed, so we'll go through some like fur texture and all that stuff. I'll go through some colors as well and kind of give you a lowdown on what we're looking for specifically for brokens, because they're either all roux or all broken. And after we are done with that, we are going to load up 2 rabbits. We're going to get them ready to go to their new home. I know a person that I do trades a lot with, and she's looking for a doe and she's looking for a buck. So we pulled some of those guys out last week and she decided which ones that she wanted. So we're going to get them loaded up and we're going to go through what we do to get them all squared away for their new owners. We'll clip their nails, we'll check their teeth and all that stuff to make sure everything is a-okay before they leave the farm. Everyone just got fed and watered, so I'm going to pull a transport cage out. I'm going to let them eat a little bit, drink a little bit, and we'll get to it. Hi. So, stack them up nice and neat like this. Make sure that their toes are in line with their hips. Okay. So, this is about my eye height. This is what I'm seeing. He's got a decent top line. His shoulder width is not great. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, so see how there's not a whole lot of fullness here. So his shoulders aren't super great. And as far as color, he's a broken black. And he's got a lot of missing color. So his mom is harlequinized, so he's probably a level of harlequinized as well. So he's got little tufts in here. His markings are not clean. They're not super clean. He's got white in the black. His brother, one of his brothers, is actually mosaic as well. I'll show you his rump real quick. It's not too bad. They've got some fullness, but with those shoulder issues and how long he is just in the midsection, I'm not really thrilled, especially since I have so many rabbits right now that are keepers. I might sell him, I might not. It really depends on, you know, if someone's looking. Fur quality is not bad. It's nice and dense, and when you push it back like that, it stands up, and that is a Rex plush. That's a sign of a decent coat. His color is just not fantastic. I know he's probably carrying Harley. He's a decent size for his age, and he's got a handsome head. But as far as show goes, because of the little tufts of white in between his black, he's got a decent amount of black in there, but if you can see, like right here, that's not a clean color break. At the Cumberland show, they might not initially DQ him, but he's definitely not a winning prospect. And as far as meat goes, I like to see these shoulders get a little bit bigger, but he's got a decent loin, so I'll give you one more shot of what he looks like. He might peak a little early too, it looks like. Prospect 2, significantly smaller, significantly more petite. Another broken black. While her top line is not bad, her midsection is not bad, she has a shallow loin. So, and she looks a tad bit pinched. So see how you can see the difference between her hips and her loin. See how there's not the loin does not extend down to her knees like that. Is a problem. She does have, you know, some extra pelt here, which is good for a pelt breed. Some humidity damage in her coat. Shoulders are a bit long too as well. You don't really want that much space between where she starts to peak and her head. And her top view is nothing special. We probably aren't going to keep her because of the loin. We're definitely not going to sell her because of the loin. Plus we have enough brokens at this stage that we're holding back anyway, so we can't really justify holding back any more brokens unless they are stellar. She doesn't have as much black color as her brother, but she has less sort of bleeding of the colors into her black. Okay, first row of the litter. Not too bad. It's got decent shoulders, shoulder width. They're not bad. He's not as full as I'd like, but he's also far from having, you know, a thin loin. And he doesn't have a whole lot of extra length in his midsection, which is always nice to see. He's worth, you know, breeding for meat. So he's also pretty handsome. He's also pretty handsome. All these guys have really nice heads in this litter. They have excellent heads. So I'll take some pictures of him as well, and I'll list him too. I think right now he's going through molt, so his fur quality is not there. I don't think that they have as much of a decent fur quality as some of the other brews that I have in the barn right now. But he holds a pose really nice. Huh, dude? He's like, I know what to do. I'd like to see a little bit more depth, but you know, can only do so much. Their mom does not have nearly any depth, so a little depth is nice to see on these kits. And this doe she looks a little rough right now, fur-wise. So top line's all right. I think she peaks a little bit early. It's hard to tell on the camera while I'm looking at it, but from the top she has she's got, I don't love her shoulder width. I'd like it to be a little bit bigger, but she's nice and compact, and I haven't weighed her since the last time, but if my notes are correct, her weight is not too bad. It's not too far off. So might list her for sale too, but I also might grow her out a little bit, see how she does. I don't love that she peaks a little bit early. I don't love to sell that to others because it can become a problem. Then you lose your loin and you have all of this stuff up here, but you have no loin back here. So balance is really what we're looking for. Personally, save for the peaking too early, I think she's well balanced for the top line. And looking at the camera, she has decent depth. Take a look at your loins, kiddo. Yeah, I mean, I'd like them to be a little bit taller, a little bit fuller. Not terrible. I mean, but all these guys have at least 2 more evals before they're sent to freezer camp. If the 3rd eval proves to have any type of change on these guys, then I will go ahead and grow them out to a 4th. But if no one changes from now, then I'll just process them after the 3rd. Hey, buddy. She's also pretty sweet. She's not hard to handle, which is also nice in a homestead rabbit, especially for any type of beginner who's getting into any type of meat production. That goes so far. But yeah, she's not bad. Are you set to grow out? We'll grow you out a little bit. Again, more of the same with these brokens. Not a lot of color. Not great for bleeding. Although this guy doesn't have any ticking, which is nice. He's nice and hefty, nice and big. I can't remember if this is a doe or a buck, so as of right now, I'm just calling him a he. But give me a second and I'll show you his shoulder width. See when you pull his ears back, he does not have. I would like that to match this midsection. I would like his shoulders to extend, his shoulder length to extend down his midsection, and they do not. He doesn't have great shoulders. There's not a lot of color on the broken, so he's a broken black. There's only that line back through here and then an extension down here. It's not a very full colored broken, and again, I don't love not full colored brokens. I don't like keeping them, especially if they don't have stellar personalities and type. So he's probably going to be a freezer rabbit because he's got undesirable stuff going on. He doesn't have super great fur. It's kind of loose. It's kind of long. He's got decent ears, which is different than his dad. His dad had very small ears. But there's just too much there that I don't super love about him, so he's gonna go in the freezer and he's gonna feed our family. So this is more like the color saturation I'd like. I don't love that he's got, you know, white all down his spine. I don't love that as far as show goes. He's also a little small. I don't love that. Looks like he's pinched. Doesn't have a very thick loin. And it looks like he's probably going to peak too early because he doesn't want to pose up. So he's probably relatively uncomfortable. But I won't know that until I get him to actually pose up. But he's awfully dainty. Definitely not something that you want to breed forward. See how he's like pushing on my hand? It's probably because he is uncomfortable when posed. He does peak too early, so he peaks like right here, and he's really, really thin on the top line. He has no sort of, he's got no width in any part of his body. He's awfully petite, doesn't have any width on the top. He just doesn't want to pose at all. And you saw his brothers and sisters, they were not bad at posing, but he just does not want to pose. Yeah, I'd like to see this width a little bit high, this loin a little bit higher, and it's just not. So he's definitely a freezer guy. Plus, I don't know if you can see that, but he is a mosaic. That is a touch of blue in his coat, along with his broken white and black. So he's a mosaic. Again, I don't breed mosaic. I'm getting out of the tries. And even if someone wanted to breed for try, I wouldn't consider him a good candidate. He will go to the freezer because, you know, if you breed this, you'll continue breeding rabbits that are uncomfortable. And he might not be uncomfortable now, but I had a buck that peaked really high before I started getting into show and understanding how important type was, and he could only cover a doe for about 2 minutes before he got extremely tired because of the way that he was built. You know, he peaked really high up front here. He had nothing in the back here. He it was just hard for him to cover does, and he would just get so tired, even at, you know, a 1.5 years old. So type is really important. Type also for commercial breed is indicative of what you'll get for meat. So it's incredibly important to breed for type, even when you're breeding for meat. And with meat, you can prioritize type over color, over standard, like, you know, color standards. Type is really important all around if you're doing any type of commercial rabbits for meat, because a nice, good, hefty type is gonna bring you in the meat that you want. So put him back, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move on to pulling out the doe and the buck that are leaving today. So I'll catch you right back here in a minute. I haven't pulled this lady out in a while. I think she's 4 months old, but she's very handsome. She's got a really nice top line. She's got really nice depth, nice ears, nice face. She's got really nice big feet, really nice big paws. Whew, I know, she is a little spicy, but it's okay. We're gonna do her nails. We're gonna check her teeth one more time. Last time I checked, they were excellent, but we're gonna do the once over with her and get her ready. So, for people who are new, this is what I do to trim nails. It's okay, lady. Alright, now we'll check her teeth. Hey, big lady. Hey, big lady. Teeth look good. They're all in line where they need to be. They're not too long, not too short. Look at them nice feet. Look at them nice feet. She's a stellar doe. I love her a lot. If I had the space for her, that's how you sex. We'll do a video on that when I have an extra set of hands. But if I had more cages, I would keep her. But I just don't. So, and I'm keeping her brother, who is just a little bit nicer. So unfortunately, it means that she has to find another place. But she's gonna grow lots of nice little meat seeds for her new barn. They sell meat in their farm store, so she will definitely help with that. She's a big, hefty doe, and she'll be, you know, if she's anything like her mom, she'll be productive. So, hi, lady. And this is their replacement buck. Why are you all wet? Did you take a? Oh, you took a bath in the water, didn't you? She wanted specifically something with chocolate, so he's got a nice loin. I think the only thing that he's lacking is shoulder. Like I said, I don't generally offer them for sale at this age, just because they have a lot more growing out to do. But I know her, she knows me. We've traded rabbits in the past, so she knows what's what. I did send her pictures and some video of him, so she's comfortable with him. She's comfortable growing him out a little bit longer. But I did tell her that if if it turns out that he's not stellar, that, just hit me back and I will find something else. It looks like he might be a little bit long in the shoulder, but the problem is you won't know until about 4 months. Like I said in my previous videos. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ainsley. I'm going to repeat myself all of the time. I never remember what I have said in previous videos, so bear with me. But like I know I've said before, kids at this age do have an ugly phase. Sometimes they come out of it, sometimes they don't. So she is aware that, if he does not turn out to be ideal, she will breed him probably with, Miss Lady over there, some chocolate rabbits out of it. And then, if she can't find anything to replace him with that's decent, then, she'll come back here. We'll figure something else out. But he is a Freya kit. So I also guarantee that he will be productive. Okay. This is a first set of nails we've ever done, huh? You wouldn't be able to tell. They're not very long. Huh. But they're awfully needly, huh? Yeah? You good, bro? Yeah? Hi, buddy. Hi. Give him one more sex for good measure. Good teeth. Right where they need to be. Not too long, not too short. Yeah, you ready to go back in? Ready to go back in? So we're going to be trading 2 rabbits for some rendered pork lard so that we can make biscuits and some whole bean locally roasted coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna get everybody loaded up and then we are going to get headed. Okay, rabbits are gone. We have coffee, we have lard. So now I'm going to go back to barn A, and I am going to do some cleaning off camera because this video is already pretty long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today while I bartered a couple things and I looked at rabbits. If you are interested in any more rabbit content, go ahead and subscribe. There will be a lot more. We're doing more breedings throughout this fall, and we're going to be doing all sorts of evals, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys in the next one.